All right, good morning everyone. As I spin the tire, you'll be able to see that it doesn't spin smoothly. There's like a slight bump on it. See how it curves a little bit to the side? So now I did take out the bike for a ride, and it keeps bumping. It bumps, it bumps, it bumps. Uh, and I'll show you why this happens. So if you look at this line right next to the rim and the tire, you see that it fairly stays, I guess you could say, parallel or next to it. But as we get closer, you see that the line disappears. It's gone. And I started to notice that the actual tire itself had like scrapes on the side of it. It's kind of hard to see, but as we move, as I spin the tire a bit more, you can see the line back up again. See the lines right there. So everything over here on this side is normal. But when I was riding the bike, every time I come to this spot where that line disappears, where there's a little scrape, the tire or the bike itself would bump, and you could feel it. You would feel it bumping. If you go to this side, it's the exact same thing. See, there's no line. I'll spin a little bit, and you can see the line again. So things look normal on this side, or how they're supposed to be. But as we get back to that one spot, let me spin it. Here we go. The line disappears. And look, this one, it's more obvious right here, where the rim is rubbing against the tire. This is where it bumps. So the first sign of there's something wrong with what you did is if your bike bumps after you change the inner tube and put the tire back, there's something wrong. So here we go. So I'm gonna let some air out, and once there's a good amount of air, you'll see a big difference, or you can notice it really quick. So if you remember from a past video, when I tried to remove the tire, I couldn't do it. It was a mission. The tire was like stuck to the rim. This is how it's supposed to look. This is not how it's supposed to look. So if I squeeze the actual tire, you can see that there's a big opening. So what happened is the tire didn't go back into place where it's supposed to be on the rim. And after looking in the internet, it's an easy fix, or fairly easy fix. All you have to do is add enough air into the tire or the inner tube for the inner tube to pop the tire back into place. If this was, the tires or the bikes that I grew up with, like Walmart and Kmart, you wouldn't have to worry about this. Patch it up, put the tire back in, put air, and you're good. Go on your merry way. But with this bike, things have to go back exactly the way they were. So after doing some research online on how to fix this, pretty much add enough pressure to pop the tire back into place. So you might have to add water. You might have to add maybe a little bit of dish soap or detergent or whatever you want to call it in between the tire and the rim, just so it goes back into place or slips back into place a lot smoother, with a lot less friction. So I have a little pump. This little pump, I just have it in case I gotta patch up my bike on the road. It fits on my panniers that I have on the side. But you will see I'm gonna be stepping on this like crazy, trying to get enough air pressure in the tire so it pops back into place, but it ain't gonna happen. It's a small little pump. and it does not have the force that I need to fix my tire. So I tried this for a few minutes, and I did give up. Things are just not gonna work. So what I ended up doing was I had to take my tire to a bike shop, and of course they have the right tools. They inflated it past I think like it's 55 psi, the max on this tire. They went past that, filled it up, it popped back into place, and that was it. I got my tire back, I looked at it, and it was like brand new pretty much. So if you have this, if you ever encounter this where your bike is bumping or it's not spinning the way it's supposed to, it's because the tire itself didn't go back into place into the rim where it's supposed to. So I would have preferred that, I would have been able to fix this myself, but without a stronger, pump, I'm going nowhere. And that's pretty much it. Hopefully you learned something productive from here. You got any questions, let me know. Other than that, I'm pretty sure you know more about this than I do. Thanks, everyone.